Hey, look, it's a gauntlet that Deadshot would use, or maybe something from Assassin's Creed with the attack rail. So you can make it all packed cool. What's up, YouTube? Graver here, and I am here today to review this thing, and that is the Spy Gears brand Stealth Wrist Blaster. This is made by Spin Master International. It's a toy company that's been around for a while, and this is really one of the first dart blasters I've seen in either a very long time, if ever, from them. This is a wrist blaster, so it does work very similar to the Nerf, Spider-Man blasters that came out many a year ago that people still love. Now, while those were air-powered, this is not. This is a Springer, and the way you put it on is you just keep the trigger close to the palm of your hand, put it on, attach your Velcro straps, and you're good to go. Now, I will say this. Either I have extremely dainty wrists, which I do not believe the case is, or they really made the wrist portion for this pretty damn wide, because my wrist fits very, very, very comfortably here. However, though, these straps were not designed with adults in mind, so this was designed to work with any size child, just not any size adult. The wrist straps, or the Velcro straps, are barely being held onto my arms, as you can see right there. But they are holding, which is actually surprising. Now, I'm going to show you how this fires, go over the aesthetics of it, go to the workbench and do internals on this, just so we can see how this actually does work, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Now, in the actual instructions, this says this is compatible with other brand darts. Now, it does come with 3 darts of its own, which are proprietary, but I am going to show you those when we go to the workbench, because I want to get a closer look on them, and also it will be easier to show you what makes them so special. So here I have an old suction cup dart, a Koosh dart, and a Doomlands Elite dart. So the way you prime it is you pull down on this priming bar here, which I will get to this in a minute. Load the dart in here, and I have a feeling this is going to go nowhere. And then just pull up on the trigger to fire it. That didn't even go 10 feet. Okay. The Nerf dart, the Elite Doomlane dart did way better than that old suction cup dart. That went maybe about 8 feet and just went. And then, well, I hit something that was hanging in my garage, but it would have done about the same thing with the Koosh. The one thing that this does actually kind of remind me of, because of just the design of it, is while some people may say Assassin's Creed, or if you put it upside down, people may say, oh, it looks kind of like Deadshot's thing. This more reminds me of, if anyone's ever seen the movie I Come in Peace with Dolph Lundgren. It looks like the undermount of the gauntlet that the bad guy alien has. And I really kind of want to just do an aesthetic mod on this now to make it look like that. And if I can make it fire a little dart on a string and just go up to people and go, I come in peace, that would be amazing. I come in peace. But that's just goofy me. Overall, because it is a stealth blaster, this is actually all black, which is very surprising, especially in this day and age. But because this doesn't actually resemble any kind of a firearm or replica firearm, I think it's safe. So therefore, also no orange barrel. The only real coloring on here, or painting, is you have 2 lines here on the trigger, which that's fine. And then you have a gray tactical rail on the priming handle. Now, I have 2 problems with this. One, this is supposed to be a stealth wrist blaster. What are you putting on here? An optic? A giant flashlight? What? This is supposed to be concealable, not have like something else bulky about this big off of it. Hello? The other thing is this. Like my major gripe with the Recon Retaliator and Recon Mark II, you put a tactical rail on the thing you're supposed to be priming with. Anyway, let's now go to the workbench so we can see what's actually inside this thing. Okay, so here we are on the workbench, and these are the darts that it actually comes with. It's these dark gray foam darts, but what really makes them unique is these tips. Now, these tips aren't just regular rubber tips. They're actually sticky. Almost kind of like, not sticky like the Boomco darts, but they are sticky and they actually stick to things. So I gotta say, that's actually pretty damn cool. If they sold these, I'd use these in like single shot blaster, my single shot Nerf blasters all the time. Probably would have not gotten me in trouble at work firing just at my window or something. But anyway, we're going to open this up. And I'm going to do most of this on camera, so this may be a little bit of a longer video, and I apologize for that in advance. Now, the only screw ports you can see right off the bat are these 6 right here, which are right under, or where the straps are. So I have a feeling these are going to be holding down the straps, and then once this plate is off, we'll actually see how to open the actual blaster itself. And then, yep, pops right off this, which actually does make this kind of cool because now you can see how the wrist straps are held on. So if you ever want to change these up, you definitely can if you want to make longer ones or shorter ones or whatever. So that's a good thing. Set that off to the side. And now here's the actual blaster itself. Alright, and here's the inside of the blaster, and it's pretty much what I figured it would be. It's a very small... oh, that's even better. Okay, well now we know why this performance is god-awful terrible. The barrel is actually carved out. Yeah, so... yeah, there's a huge... piece of the barrel missing. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm firing all this space, no, this is basically your firing area. And if I can turn on my little light here, where are you, switch? Yeah. Okay, so we get basically this little spot right here. That's your firing distance. The rest is open barrel, basically. So that's why this is actually getting crap performance. And I don't even think it's... yeah, there's actually no necessary reason for this carving out to be here. So bad on you, Spin Master. Shame, 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 shame. Know your name. This is just a terrible, terrible idea. Yeah, if looking at the way this is designed, yeah, the trigger has absolutely no bearing on the trigger, like, oh, well, they needed to shave this off in order to get the trigger to fire. No, the trigger fires fine, not even getting close to that. Like, you could have left the barrel intact and been totally fine. So that's something that's probably gonna have to get modded, because the plunger tube actually isn't that bad sized. The draw, however, is still something to be desired, but let's see if we can, there we go, fired it. But yeah, I mean, the plunger itself is pretty good, and it does sound like it is a pretty beefy spring in there, so yeah, that's, oh, I'm angry. This has actually made me angry. I am actually angry at this. All right, so there isn't much to the internals. It's actually very simple, very similar to the magic shot that I have. This wonderful thing that I got from Planning. It basically is almost like a modified set of Nightfinder internals. And yeah, it's not overly, the trigger mechanism really isn't even that overly complicated either. So there's that. So I'm going to put this thing back together. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on it. Okay, so my final thoughts on this thing. I am still really, really angry, like physically angry over what they did to this barrel. I don't know why it's making me so, but it is. I have to say, outside of that, overall, I'm actually still kind of pleased with this thing, despite that. Mainly because, one, this made me remember a movie from my childhood that I truly did love growing up, and hopefully it may inspire some of my viewers to go check out one of Dolph Lundgren's better movies. Again, that was I Come in Peace from 1990 with Dolph Lundgren. Go check it out. It was just one of those really good sci-fi, cheesy action, drug-driven 90s movies, because, you know, everything in the early 90s had to revolve around, you know, saying no to drugs. Thank you, Nancy Reagan. I digress. Getting back to this thing, again, aesthetically, so much can be done with it, because besides the undermounted wrist aspect of it, if you want to use it just strictly for a prop, this is actually where this could actually come in handy, because if you can find a scope that could fit this thing, you put a scope on here or something to that effect and turn it around, take off the trigger, you have a cosplay Deadshot wrist blaster. So that's actually pretty cool. Or even if you want to make something else sci-fi-ish and just want to use this as a base, really cool thing is right here is kind of like a cutout where you could probably fit a nice LCD or some kind of display decal right there, and just, you know, to give it a nice futuristic look on it. I mean, overall, I do see potential in this as well, because if you remove that barrel and replace it with some CPVC, you could very well have a decent surprise blaster. Like, somebody runs up on you, just go, surprise, and get someone. This isn't, I did play around with this to see how well it does work as a backup, so to speak. I was using it with my Pump Action Recon, not Pump Action, Pump Action Retaliator. And while it doesn't work well in my primary hand holding a blaster, using it to prime or pump a blaster, it actually does work pretty well. So you can use this in an offhand and it might work well for you, especially if you can fix that barrel. But, and price-wise, it's really not that bad, because I'm sure for $11 you could find something to definitely do with this. But over and all, that's it for this. So again, I really kind of liked it, and I just want to say thank you to all my viewers for sticking with me and hopefully sticking to the end of this video. And as always, if you like my stuff, please like and subscribe my videos. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of that janky thing. Click that little notification bell to know when I do upload videos, because video 100 is going to be coming soon, and I will be having an announcement on that one shortly, probably my next video after this one. So that's it for me. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.